I finally have the one, the only, Seth Hickerson on the podcast. Drum roll, please. I might insert something here, but maybe I won't know how to do it in my editing, so it'll just be plain.
Practice all that editing.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. Filters, whatever you can do, make me look good, you know.
Oh, you already look great.
What's the shirt?
Huh?
It's the shirt. That's what makes me look good.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Popping up in the podcast.
Popping up.
We're here at Flea God. We got vendors going all around us. Crazy little kids that belong to this guy right here.
Yeah.
I heard that.
Of course you did. You want to come up here and say hi, real quick? Hudson Loves podcast. Just come up here and say everything.
In this camera.
Look right there. Say everything's about breath. Just breathe, people.
Everything's about breath.
Just breathe.
Show them how to do a good breath. Breathe. Smell the roses. Blow out the candles. Meditate. Relax. Yes. Yes. Say BAMO.
BAMO.
Be steady, friends. All right. Let me check.
I love it.
Bye.
See ya.
So let's kick it off. What's BAMO and how did you come up with that and how does that tie into your business, which is My Steady Mind?
Yeah. So BAMO is kind of our first war cry and technique that we teach at My Steady Mind. And being veterans, everything we do is speaking in acronyms because acronyms stick. And so BAMO means breathe.
Because their IQs are really low when they
Yeah,
first get
yeah,
into them.
Yeah, military intelligence is the number one oxymoron. But yeah, so BAMO means breathe and move on. And so
Yeah.
at My Steady Mind, that's what we're teaching people how to do, is how to control the two things that control everything. Your thoughts, which control your mind, and your breath, which controls your nervous system. And most people have no awareness or techniques to train, so their just thoughts are crazy all over the place.
Yeah.
And they're in this constant sympathetic overdrive, and that's
Yeah.
why people are tired, worn out, exhausted, just, and that's a tough way to live. So if we can get control of our thoughts through mindfulness training, and then if we can learn how to control our breath and our nervous system,
Yeah.
and breath techniques, everything's about breath. That's
Yeah.
the one thing that's going to help you. So when we're stressed, it's the sympathetic nervous system that's engaged.
Yeah.
And that's the shallow breathing and the scattered thoughts. And so we need techniques to flip the switch, the parasympathetic, which is the parachute that calms us down.
Yeah.
So when you're all pissed off and worried and anxious and whatever, laying in bed, and if you can just take a BAMO breath, which is the most basic breathing technique, 4 seconds in through the nose, and then 4 seconds out through the mouth. And it's not chest breath, it's belly breath. And so we'll do
Yeah.
one here,
Sure.
right?
Let's do it.
And then pay attention when I tell people, even if you're not stressed right now or whatever, pay attention to how it feels when you're doing the breath. Because when you're breathing in, you're triggering the sympathetic, so you start to feel a little tight, And then when you breathe out, you feel the parasympathetic, the relaxed phase. So you're learning to toggle between alert and relaxed. So in through the nose.
And as you said, this is more of more of one of your basic breath techniques, and there are more
Yeah.
longer, complicated
Yeah.
techniques that you can
Yeah.
you can breathe into
Yeah.
a pain you have
Yeah.
somewhere in your body
Right.
to get more oxygen to it,
Yeah.
obviously, and heal quicker. So it's not only something that's going to benefit you in the immediate time frame, but if you are dealing with actual illnesses within your body, you can breathe into them
Right.
to heal quicker. So
And that's what, at My Steady Mind, what we do is we help people understand, it's all about, health, right? Especially like mental health and our minds. And so there's two pillars of mental health. There's the treatment side, which is what most everybody thinks of or knows when they think about mental health. And then there's training. And so me being a sports psychologist and training Navy SEALs
Kind of
and
like
professional
preventative.
athletes, it's teaching people how to train, because ultimately the steady mind means that's flow state or the zone. And ultimately if you do these training, and so My Steady Mind is a 9-module course, so they learn 9 different breathing techniques. They start with BAMO, and then they learn different ones that they can apply during different situations. And the ultimate goal is to create a routine, which we call your Steady Mind formula, an emotional control routine, which is something you do in the morning before you jump into the shit of the day,
Yep.
to get your mind right, to get your nervous system under control, put your emotional superpower cape on, and then you jump out into the day, and then then you have heightened awareness. I'm stressed, I'm anxious, I'm pissed, or whatever, and then you can deploy IERs, intermittent energy renewals, like a BAMO breath, to get your mind and stuff back to steady. And that's just what you do on a daily basis. And the more you practice it, ultimately becomes automated.
Yeah.
And that's what we want. That's
Yeah.
when you're truly un-F-withable.
Yeah.
And that means you could step out into the day, and that's what they train us in the military to become.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what goes down. I'm confident, I'm present, I'm in control. I can control my thoughts and my nervous system and perform whatever performance means. So
yeah, I love it. I'm not there yet. It's
training. I mean, I've been doing it for 20 years, and it's just like physical health training, right? It's a life skill. You can't just go get fit and then stop. You lose it.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about training the mind is it doesn't require an hour every day.
Yeah.
10 minutes. You know?
Yeah, it's building a habit because, like you said, it will eventually become automated.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually you won't even feel like it's work anymore.
Right.
It's your state of being.
Yeah.
And a lot of, like you said, people are living in a state of sympathetic, oh my
Overdrive.
gosh, like, what do I need to do next? Because the moment right now isn't good enough.
Yeah. Oh, well, we could talk forever about that, because that's what causes most people to be in that sympathetic overdrive. And this is where mindfulness comes in. It's because we always time travel in our mind. And if we're thinking ahead, whether it's a minute or 10 days from now about something I need to do, I got to go set up my thing and whatever, like we're thinking forward and we catastrophize it, that causes us to be anxious in the moment. So that's called state anxiety. So that means your brain doesn't know that you're thinking about setting up your podcast in 3 hours, and you're maybe thinking about the things that could go wrong. What if the tent, like it just all it knows is you're stressed right now.
Yeah.
And so sympathetic is engaged.
Yeah.
And we're in that fight or flight as we're sitting in bed or in our car, And then when we think backwards about what I didn't do yesterday or
that's
who
the
I screwed
worst,
up.
man.
Right. Well, that's where depression comes from.
You got people in your life who aren't even there anymore. Like, get out of my head, dude.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, there's a lot of people living in your head rent free.
Yeah.
Right. And it's causing you and us and all of us problems. And so it's
my dog died when I was 13.
Oh man,
I just can't get over it.
And that's what we do, our brains are designed to think, but that's why most people in our brains are wired with a negativity bias for survival. We don't wake up in the morning looking for opportunities, we wake up looking for threats.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's natural for us to just think and blow it up and catastrophize it, So it's having the awareness and then having tools to bring yourself back, take a breath, be where your feet are,
I love that
live in the presence.
Mm-hmm. I love that you've created an entire business, an entire toolkit for people at an affordable price as well, to dive into and learn the basic things about health.
And that was my goal with it. I mean, I come from that training special operations, high performing athletes, the tip of the spear people who know that mindset training is what separates you, right? Mm-hmm. And that's just a skill set that most people have never had access to. And so my goal for the business was I want you to be able to do it, right? I don't just want the elite and to make it affordable and make it, it's digital, it's an online training course.
Yeah.
It's a training, you get a certificate of completion.
Yeah.
And it's fun. I say we make psychology sexy.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's about being a badass and learning these skills.
It's interactive
It's
too.
interactive. We've got our coaches. Our coaches are ex-Navy SEALs and special operators and professional athletes, high-performing people that have also been through the shit in life, These aren't just like, we're better than you. We're like, no, hey, we're, we say at My Steady Mind, our vulnerability is our credibility.
I love that.
Yeah, and that's what you'll see in the landscape of a lot of mindfulness and hey, dudes, guys, see I'm getting thrown cars and stuff at me. When you have 3 boys under 8, this is what you get.
That's not what happened. That's not me.
Uh-huh. But no, for listeners and stuff, a lot of people are struggling, especially after a pandemic, right? Just stress and roller coaster of emotions, and people are desperate. And so they're out there in this just information consumption.
Yeah.
Right? And in the mindfulness, emotional intelligence, there's a lot of good stuff out there.
Yeah.
But we went through all that and basically with My Steady Mind, cut through the noise. You want to come say hi? Say hi.
Yeah, go say hi to the camera.
Yeah. Make sure it's all good. But yeah, we wanted this to be a simple thing that cuts through all that so you can learn the basics of how to do it.
Yeah, I love that. And why did you take this from something that benefited you and make it something that you could apply to everybody? It's like you find gold and you want to keep it for yourself, but I'm learning more and more as time goes on. You want your community, you want your peers to be on that level with you, because it's just going to make the world a better place.
Right.
You advance, you attain a certain mindset and a certain way of thinking. You can't hold that in. You want to share it because it's like you're only as tough as your weakest link.
Right.
And we are on this planet all connected, and
Right.
we don't want weak links
No.
on this planet, even called Earth.
Right.
We want everyone.
Yeah, I'm about, we as a species are meant to evolve, and with what's
Yeah.
been going on, where there's a lot of devolving, and so, the reason why I did it,
You think?
right? Yeah, I know, believe me. But it's just that. We're humans, we're connected, and I'm tired of people struggling and suffering, and I know how much potential people have in them, and we need those people to learn how to unlock it, to create new businesses, do all this stuff that we need as a society to evolve. And
Yeah.
with my steady mind, I was a person like that, and I was not so steady, right? I struggled with alcohol, you name it, all that stuff. And my steady mind is really a collection of all the things that I've had experience to that keeps me relatively normal.
Yeah.
And then I like to say, make your mess your message. That's the people that I think go out and do amazing things, are the ones that can learn from all the dumb stuff they've done and struggled with, because we've all done it. All
Yeah.
of us have done it. Everybody's struggling. We're not unique. Look out, bub. And then, make that into something that lifts up the next Seth Hickerson or Cassidy.
One of my all-time favorite women that I learned so much from is a woman who's gone through so many different diseases, and because of that, she's had to dive into different remedies and books and teachings and philosophies in order to figure herself out.
Yeah.
And she's helping hundreds of thousands of other people figure that out too.
Yeah.
Myself included.
Yeah. I think that's what our job is, humans and citizens, is to just do that. Like, fix yourself.
Worry
and then
about yourself.
And then go fix others, help others, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of us have it backwards. We think if I can just go fix others, it'll fix me.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
Good intentions, but
Yeah.
that's just not the way it takes. And so,
And trying to do them at the same time is
Yeah,
even hard.
no,
It's like, okay,
yeah,
I have this
yeah.
amazing thing and I want to like nurture and
Yeah.
take care of it and make it better.
Yeah.
But I know I have so much to do on my own and growth, and that's the beauty of relationships, and that the study of how to
Right.
cultivate and maintain relationships comes into play. There is
Yeah.
where I'm never going to be like perfect, but this person's going to love me unconditionally until I'm at a point where I just feel okay in my own self,
Yeah.
and they're not going to judge me while I'm on that journey.
That's right.
You can't be judgmental.
You grow independently, and then as you grow independently, it helps growing together better, right?
Yeah.
People, I just think, hey, we'll just grow together, and it's but you've got different needs and growth. He's got different needs and growth, and we
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah.
And let him do his, you do you, as long as both of you are doing something, right?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
Yeah. I love his hair.
He's got a head of lettuce, doesn't he?
Yep.
All of them have a head of lettuce. He's a BAMO.
Everybody with us,
And
breathe
teach your kids. These guys breathe, they meditate, they do yoga, right?
Breathe and move on.
BAMO, breathe and move on.
You already know that I can't sing, but I try.
A for effort. All right, let's go, guys.
Ta-ta.